So why this gap between the promises and implementation? Joining us on the News Night debate is Shailja Chandra, former Chief Secretary of the Delhi government. In a while, we'll be joined by representatives of the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party as well. Also with us in the studio is Indu Prakash Singh, advisor to the Centre for Holistic Development. Mr. Singh, I want to ask you first. The intent was always noble. We'd also seen these flying visits, the flying checks which had been conducted on the spot on the night shelters by two ministers of the Arvind Kejriwal government. Then why have the promises remained unimplemented?
See, I think the problem, to be very frank, is not so much with this current government. The problem is that way back on 30th October, when we had the Delhi High Court asking the CEO of DUSIP, Delhi Urban Shelter Improvement Board, to go and visit the shelters, and then also tell as to how many shelters are required, and then on 20th November he was summoned by the High Court, wherein he said that the shelters that we have are adequate for the number of homeless that we have. Okay, so. And then the court told him that Mr. Amarnath, DUSIP chair, CEO, that if there are any deaths, you will be held accountable. The case went on 9th December, the 10th December when the case came, we gave that we wanted shelters 33 spaces. 20th December we gave that we want shelters 45 spaces. There was nothing because that time we didn't have a Delhi government at all. It was election time, and the bureaucrats were ruling. Somewhere I feel that right from like 4 years we have struggled through. Like it is due to the agency of the Delhi High Court that anything has moved in Delhi or the country also for Supreme Court of India. So somewhere I think it's a stranglehold of bureaucracy than the ministers delivering anything, because despite the fact that when Arvind came to power, in fact the 1st January he called us to his office. We met him and told him Arvind they wanted shelters 45 spaces. He immediately ordered. And that's why I realized that I told the very opening statement to Arvind was, Arvind, you are saddled with a bureaucracy that doesn't function.
Okay, so it's only fair now we get a former bureaucrat to answer that. Do you think that the Chief Minister, despite his noble intentions, is just being held back by a bureaucracy and one can't really hold him to any blame as far as these deaths are concerned, ma'am?
I don't think one can blame either Arvind Kejriwal for this, or the bureaucrat Mr. Amarnath, who has been by name been spoken against. Give me a few minutes please, because I've just come after talking to Amarnath. I may be also a fellow bureaucrat, but I did take the pains of finding out the facts. The facts are something like this, that there are something like 15,000 spaces available, and the number of homeless which has been actually checked by SDMs, by different authorities, is around 15,000. So in terms of spaces, it is not as though there is a huge shortfall. What however happens, and please hear me out, a lot of the people who are destitute are also confused with homeless. The two things are entirely different. Number two, there's a huge influx into Delhi on a daily basis. People come because they hope to get jobs, they hope to get some income basically. They do not have the money to room, so they start sitting on the pavements and taking over. They are persuaded to go to night shelters, but it doesn't work out for 4 reasons which were given to me, not only by him, but by a Father John from one of the NGOs who's highly respected. Number one, some of them would not like their family life to be disrupted. If they are husband and children and all that kind of thing, nobody wants them to be separated. Number two, if you're under a bridge, under a pole, under something which has become your territory, you don't want to move out and find somebody else has moved in tomorrow. Number three, there is the feeling that if you if you stay on over there, you will be looked after, but if you're an alcoholic or on drugs, it's not going to be possible in a home, because there you will be segregated and you will be definitely under some supervision. You cannot do all these things. So there is a tendency not to. I think the larger question is not whether the government has failed, whether bureaucracy has failed. Why are we in a situation where Delhi becomes so attractive for people to move in, and why are the Supreme Court orders which were given by Justice Dalbir Bhandari, which were applicable to the states of Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal and all, from where these people do come in large numbers, why are destitute homes first not being set up? Because at least the destitutes, before they become candidates for death, which no NGO, and I'm very apologetic about this, but why are they not being taken into hospitals before they die? It is apparent. And a person on the deathbed is very different. He's not going to, the reversal is not going to be possible. You're so far gone. Therefore, it is important that whether it is the police, whether it is the NGOs, whether it is the bureaucracy, how do you not know that there are people who are about to die? It is possible to know. That sort of a recce is probably not being done. It is only numbers being taken and numbers being put into a home.
Mr. Singh, I saw you shaking your head. You're not agreeing with that argument.
Yes, I think the major issue is that we have counted 88,410 people homeless way back in 2008, and we say for one count in 1 minute, so there's about 150,000 homeless in Delhi. And it's not that there are only 50,000 homeless as such. So the spaces that we have in Delhi are very, very limited. That's one. Two is that Delhi is also the capital of this country. And people here they just come here for the glitter and glamour of Delhi. They come here for, because there's distress wherever they are. Surely, I think, I take a point that, well, the Supreme Court did order for shelters in various places. Mumbai is a big defaulter, and I think we have a PIL going on Supreme Court. We'll take it up at that end also. But somewhere, I must tell you very clearly that the reasons that she has given, I think, couple of reasons are very valid. Like, we surely require family shelters. Like in Connaught Place, Hanuman Mandir area, there are families who have been in Delhi for the last 40 years and they are victims of multiple evictions. Now, they require proper housing. But as such, please build us family shelter close to the area. NDMC, which is the richest Muslim body in Asia, hasn't got a single permanent shelter in Delhi. So somewhere, I think it's, pardon me for saying this, that we are witnessing, one is bureaucratic indifference and bureaucratic arrogance.
Okay, let me also introduce now to the debate Meenakshi Lekhi of the BJP. Meenakshi Lekhi, this is another reason why now the Aam Aadmi Party is being targeted for the deaths of the homeless on the streets of Delhi. They have been pulled up first by the High Court and then also the National Human Rights Commission. But the Aam Aadmi Party argues, have patience. We've been in power only for a month. There's only so much we can do. The last winters, there were 300 deaths. We're at least trying to limit them as much as possible.
You see, the idea is not this. The idea is when you are discussing of actions, the actions happen in the offices and in your workstations. The actions don't happen in the format of dharna, and you definitely don't want dharna happening because there are no shelters or shelters are ill-equipped. My question would be that if you know the winter is coming, there is High Court guideline which happened last year and year before, and there are Supreme Court judgments to that effect. Now, when these court judgments need to be looked at, their implementation is what needs to be looked at, and you know that you are preparing for winter. Now, here is one person who, for whatever reason, for either launching his election campaign or saving Somnath Bharti or under a mock fight with Congress, decides to sleep on the streets of Delhi when it was chilling winter and to an extent even drizzling. At that point in time, this person has 6 inches thick mattress and also a blanket, etc., and is sleeping comfortably, whereas the Delhi police who's guarding him is on the streets and is suffering during that cold. Now, all these issues put a question mark on the governance setup, because dharna versus karna is what the politics has to be. When you are in government, you are not supposed to do dharnas, rather your action will be judged by people. Karna, that is what action and implementation of things you have done. Okay. During this very period, people have died of cold. Now, you may be there for 1 month, and I'm sure, I'm not expecting that everything can be controlled within 1 month. At the same time, you are dealing with populist measures. When it comes to the concrete policies, there is nothing which is at the delivery level, and it is that act which is questioned.
Shailja Chandra, would you like to respond to that? Because the feeling is that after the photo opportunity was over, nothing was really done. It was said, in fact, the homeless people that we spoke to when you went to the spot, many of them said that the shelters are in such a state that we'd rather not go there at all. Even our basic safety is not assured.
Well, then there is something radically wrong with the supervision, because something like 8 crores a year is given to NGOs, 35,000 rupees per NGO is given. If they are not doing their job, after all there are certain conditions under which they are working, they should be in the first place dealt with. Why should it become something which becomes that everything that is done by NGOs is perfect? Everything that is done by going out in the night and trying to show that you care and you really mean business, all that seems to take a lot of sympathy from everyone. But the main issue is, you have designated people to do this work. Why are they not doing this work? Why are they acting as the great buffer which is supposed to be, delivering service? Otherwise, they should get out of this business.
Is it, Mr. Singh, because essentially you've had your moment in the sun where you've told the TV cameras, look, we are doing the best that we can for the homeless, and after that is over, you think your job is done? So as far as the basics are concerned, they are not being addressed.
No, in fact, I must just tell you, it's because of us that the High Court took the matter suo motu on 6th of January 2010.
No, I'm talking about the Kejriwal government.
Yeah. No, I didn't get the question.
My question is that after Arvind Kejriwal made sure that everyone captured his two ministers, Rakhi Birla, Somnath Bharti, going on those visits, once they had gone and told the SDMs to go for spot checks, they thought their job is done. As far as the basic facilities are concerned, if they're not being addressed, no one really cares.
No, see, I think here again, I must just tell you, I think to the comment that was made by dear friend, that, I want to just make it very clear that NGOs and in this are committed a lot. There are a couple of NGOs that was selected by DUSEP, not by us. Okay, they had their own suspect mechanisms of bringing in the wrong people.
No, but no one is questioning the NGOs' intent. I'm talking about the government's accountability. They are the ones who made the promises. Where is the deliverable?
Well, I think for that you'll have to haul off the bureaucrats. I'm clear on that, because the bureaucrats are not delivered. I'm just saying we are. Pardon me for saying that again.
Separate from the government.
We are in Delhi saddled with a government whose edict is not understood by the bureaucracy, and they don't want to deliver what the government is really wanting. So
Meenakshi Lekhi, you wanted to make a point.
What I was trying to say is, first thing is, you as a government are allowed to inspect the areas, etc. But you, not appointees of yours, not volunteers who could be radical and who are indulging in different kind of action. But the government can issue directions, can pull up the inspectors who are supposed to do their job, and can send people on night vigil, etc. Not the man on the street, but the government. And while you go, you don't have to carry the cameras along. Make your reports, do work, and anyone who's a non-performer, you can initiate action against those NGOs. But you don't do that. Instead, you go around, your Rakhi Birlas and Kumar Vishwasas go with the camera team. So that you are creating, all this is election campaign happening, that you are creating an impression that you are doing a lot of good work and you are doing great work which has never been done, whereas there may be people who are silently working and doing good work without the limelight of the camera. And at the same time, when the work needs to be done, that is in terms of cancellation of licenses, preparing a report, seeking redressal, nothing of that is happening.
All right, Meenakshi Lekhi, thank you very much for joining us on the Newsnight debate. Thank you also to Mr. Singh and Shailja Chandra for being here. We really wish that the Aam Aadmi Party had already also participated in this debate, because they are the ones ultimately who have to answer these questions. An inquiry is already underway. We certainly hope it doesn't go the way of other inquiries where we really haven't seen any outcome in the past. For the time being, thanks very much for joining us on this debate.